Greetings, programs. Wrong, wrong franchise. My bad. Sorry. Uh, this is MechWarrior Online. That's right. Got it. Okay. This is Darkhorse 1-3 Golf. I play MechWarrior a lot, and I love the game, but I don't really have the time and wherewithal to jump into a lot of comp stuff. And I'm probably not even quite that good. But I'm good enough to show some new guys the ropes. This is all about pub play for guys in real life that might not have great machines. I got lucky. I was able to get one. And all this stuff, frame rate, everything, all this affects it, man. You got an adult, don't necessarily have the time or money to put into a freaking new computer, all that, I get it. So what we're going to talk about first is one of the most divisive and probably anger-inducing subjects in MechWarrior Online, and that is Lurmin, which means I don't think this little guy's got it in him. Let's go ahead and let's get some guy here. Hold on, wrong one. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and get a more. There we go. How about my guy right here? All right, that's a lot better. All right, so here, Lurmin. Okay, low frame rate. Good way to start out. Actually, in my personal opinion, it's a good way to start out. Period. It's a good way to get familiar, moving the neck, getting the legs to work with the torso, all that. A lot of your more elitist sort of players don't like it, but I get where they're coming from. If you just what happens is a lot of guys sit there, stuff a million LRMs on their deal and on their mech, and shoot it up and sit back at 900, lose locks. I'll get into all that later, and all that mess, and don't just take up space. I understand where they're coming from. However, there is a skill-based sort of learning, which I will be teaching you. This is a two-part deal. First part going to be not so exciting, I guess. I'll get a little gameplay in there, but this is going to be about the builds. This right here is my buddy, Skyfall. He is, to me, your prototypical standard. He is your standard Lurmer. He is like the baseline. I love this guy. He can do it all. This is my very first mech. It's the Founders version. I bought a Founders pack years ago, and I've run this guy ever since. Now, let's go ahead and get to the meat of it. Now that he doesn't need blabber on. Okay, now here's what we're looking at. Now, I did not put jump jets on this particular version. I did put on a Beagle Active Probe. I will explain why in just a moment. We're going to go over the bare bones basics here. I did put an XL. Probably could give up half a ton of ammo to put a 300 in there, get a little extra speed, but it's worked fast enough, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. A couple of extra heat sinks here, because it will get hot, especially if you get a good run on somebody and really dropping, really bringing the pain. Even 2 LRM-15s will add it up, especially if you get your little backup weapons in the mix. Now, this was surprising to me. Got on YouTube, had a little discussion, and apparently this is kind of a hot button topic with guys that do use Lurms. I mean, let alone that everybody else hate Lurmers. Now Lurmers hate each other. The big thing is backup weapons, and I personally am a huge proponent of using backup weapons. Now, the guys that don't believe in it, believe in LRM-only builds, their argument is you're not going to fight off a light mech anyway. And with me, my personal belief is, well, with that attitude, of course you're not. But that's not really why I put these guys on here. The reason why I got these fellas on here, these 4 medium lasers, is because I do play close to the front line, and sometimes your brawling buddies and your skirmishing buddies need a hand that your missiles just can't provide. It's a lot easier to just kind of get stuck in there, get attention off them, whatever. More aim, also allows you to aim your targets better, because that is one thing about LRMs, even with Artemis and all that other stuff. They're not a precision weapon; they just rain death, which is the big argument for a lot of guys saying it's a skillless weapon. Now, the weapon itself might not require a lot of skill. However, employing it does. In my opinion, employing it properly does. But all right. And you got the Beagle Active Probe here. Now, it's funny. The Beagle Active Probe gives you a bit of a view range buff, 25% on your view range, like I'm in World of Tanks. Sorry, your sensor range, and it's not why I got it. If you notice, right there, right there. It says counters ECM. Absolutely love that. That is very helpful. That is especially I've actually usually I use it. You know, you got your little pirates beans or whatnot. And you lock their ECM off, and it helps people run them off. You know, and get them off your butt. Not only that, playing close to the front, and I'm talking like I a lot of times I'm 200-300 meters away. You know, throwing them at you sometimes. You can actually affect the fight with the biggins. So, you know, that's it there. Now, we're going to get into some of the different little bits of extras, and then let's start with the Artemis. Now, the Artemis, when I first started playing, the way they talked about it, it seemed like it was the end all be all of adding put him on your LRMs. It is not. Now, it works for me because of the way I play. Less aggressive players might, you know what? They really need to fix that. That has been happening a lot lately. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, so the Artemis is not the end-all be-all. It works for me because I'm a frontliner. I get stuck in there pretty good. Those that play a bit further back might not be as important. Artemis only works on line of sight, as it needs its own ammo. You know, it doesn't work with regular LRM ammo. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. And more importantly, and this actually can be something of a turnoff, does not work with NARC, period. Whether you got line of sight or not. Does not work with NARC. So you cannot take advantage of a NARC beacon indirectly, directly, or anything. You can't do it. So that's a big deal. And probably to me the biggest flaw, if you want to call it a flaw, to the system. However, it does prove your lock-on time and tracking strength when you got the line of sight. Now, lock-on time self-explanatory. Tracking strength is how many missiles actually land on the target. The better the tracking strength, the more those missiles actually hit the mech. So that goes up by 50%. And while it does not work well with NAR, it does work well with TAG, and we'll get to TAG next. Now, target acquisition gear, TAG, when you do the when you fire it and stack it with the Artemis fire control system, you're looking at a plus 75% boost to the target lock-on time and tracking strength, which is pretty excellent. One thing that Artemis does allow you to do is dead fire your missiles. You do not have to have a lock. You aim at a point, and it will actually shoot to that point. Meaning it takes a bit of little learning how, but you can actually hit targets without a lock. However, if they move off that very spot, tough shit, But it's not bad. Now let's go ahead and work with tag here. Now tag is different. Now I do not have a tag on this mech. I do recommend that you do put tag on some of your LRMers. And let me go to the one I know I put tag on. There we go. This is a different type of build. This is a harassment build. I'm going to get into that later too, but I just wanted to show you a couple things here. Now, tag does take up one energy port. Only costs 100,000 C-bills. Really not bad for what you can potentially get out of this. Now, its max range is 750 meters, so unless there's some sort of quirk, and I can't remember off the top of my head which one might have a range quirk for tag, but it's possible. Anyway. It also gives you a 50% on its own, gives you a 50% bonus tracking strength and 50% faster lock-on. It also does something that's pretty cool here, and it gives you a 25% longer target lock decay, meaning that the target takes that much longer to disappear. Now you'll notice a target being tagged if you see a little crosshair symbol on it over the target. By the Dorito, the red Dorito, as it were, and that it's always good to go ahead and start shooting at those when they light up, because that means more of your missiles will be effective. The effect lasts for 1 second after the tag releases its little grip on it. You still got 1 second to get all that stuff, bonus and stuff. It generates no heat, and to me, one of the unsung but more really important parts of aspects of tag is that as long as you're outside the range of the mech's ECM, it nullifies it as long as you're painting it. So not only are you tagging a target to improve, LRM missile hits, it also nullifies ECM, which can be a very big deal, especially if you got one guy clouding, providing ECM cloud over several mechs. All of a sudden, they're all wide open. So it's pretty cool there. Now the last thing, and it's to me this is not as popular, though you do see it a lot more lately, I suppose. But you got your narc. Now the narc beacon is actually a pretty cool little toy. Unlike the tag where you have to stare at your target, the narc beacon goes ahead and it's a fire and forget. You shoot it, clamps on, starts broadcasting. Now the broadcast lasts for 20 seconds, but it's really effective. What it'll do is you're going to start to sound. It's going to start sounding pretty similar. It gives you that 25% target decay deal, which is pretty awesome, and stacks well with tag to the 75%, similar to the tag stacking with the Artemis. And it's a 450 meter range though, and so it's got not very long range. And the other thing I've noticed, personally, when I use it, is that the projectile's a bit slow. The narc missile's a bit slow, so it might be a little hard to get used to at first if you're thinking it's going to be like an autocannon or SRM. It doesn't work that way. You got 12 shots per ton. The launcher weighs 3 itself, so you got to dedicate a bit of weight to that. But these are all pretty much the tools of the trade. Now, you won't see narc beacons as much on the LRMers themselves. Now, it's fairly common to put a tag on. But, yeah, that's pretty much the guys right there. Now, I'm going to go over your standard build here just a little bit more. I know we already looked at it, but so this is pretty much how I run it, okay? XL engines on a LRM boat, to me, is not a sin. It really isn't heavy or whatever, because it allows you more weight to stuff more ammo to do what you're effective at, which is fire missiles. And you're not really supposed to be brawling over much anyway. Now, the way I play, you do get in the fight a bit directly, as opposed to sitting way back. But, something's got to give, and I put XLs in my LRM boats pretty much constantly. So, and to be honest with you, it's never really burnt me. Not like, someone sticking a XL on a Battle Master or something with that big blocky frame or anything like that. So, yeah. Now, of course, clan mechs, they get that extra advantage of having to blow both sides off of their XLs. Inner Sphere, you get one. So, but it is something to consider. But I'm going to tell you right now, to be reasonably quick and carry enough ammo to matter, standard usually ain't going to cut it, particularly on a heavier assault mech that you've turned into an LRM boat. So just keep that in mind. Let's see here. Now, armor's your friend. You see, I did take strip armor off the legs to make some room and make some weight. But armor is your friend, and I'm going to tell you why. The thing is, LRM boats, you guys are generally on your own. Everybody's worried about the assaults and all that, but in real life, you're on your own. That's why I try to make quicker builds. I won't say lightning fast on your standard LRM boat, but I do try to make something, get a bit of speed to it and some armor. That way, I can kind of survive a few hits and run to help. Because if I'm kiting a freaking couple lights or something into my main group, and the way like I said, you don't really stray far from your main group. It saves your butt. Now, you got here ferrofibrous, not really used a lot. Endosteel, of course, is to me, is pretty much the standard way to save weight. Like I said, unless you're a light mech or some exceptions, notable exceptions. The double heat sinks, of course. Artemis, and like I said, you don't have to take it. That's something I do because I usually am in line of sight of a lot of my targets, so it works for me. But don't let anybody convince you it's the end all be all of freaking Lurmin. Also, I got the backup weapons. Now, this is something, like I said earlier, I'll get more into it in my next video on tactics, but to me, backup weapons are important to go ahead and help your buddies out directly. And that does happen. And sometimes it is, to me, it allows a bit of tactical flexibility. Now, my favorite weapon to do this with you is the standard medium laser on Clan Mechs, which I'm not going to lie to you, I only own one. I rarely run them, but I would imagine the ER medium laser would be where I'm coming from. The standard medium laser weighs 1 ton, hits for 5, reasonable range, and you can boat them a little bit. You know, as you see, I got 4 of them on here, and believe it or not, I've discovered, as I've improved playing, that 4 medium lasers can do work. Now, I'm going to show you a more specialized build. We already looked at it a little bit, but I'm going to expound on it a little bit. Alright, now this is my Trebuchet 3C. I got this thing going 104.5 kph. Now, I'm running the tag, of course, 3 medium lasers for my backups, and then a decent amount of ammo for a medium with 2 LRM-10s plus Artemis. Now, the general rule of thumb is you only put Artemis on 15s and 20s. But you don't need to put it on 10s. But given that that is my primary punch, I figure with that, with the tag, I'm trying to maximize every salvo, and it does help. So this is really nothing else to get into. This mech I'll show you more next video with tactics, because you do play it a little different. And there you go. Now. It's more of a flanker, fasty build, and 104.5 is nothing to sneeze at, and it's a lot of fun to play. A little different. You're not doing the massive pop like you do with even 2 LRM-15s, 2 LRM-20s. I have the Archer. Where's that guy at? Archer. I got 2. Where is this one? Yeah, 2 LRM-20s on this guy. And LRM-20s recently received a buff, so they're pretty much on par with 15s on spread and everything. And, look at your quirks. Yeah, boy. Alright, yeah. LRM velocity, LRM cooldown. Velocity is more for your SRMs. However, in my personal opinion, velocity helps, because you get there that much faster. It's all about travel time, guys. If you get there faster, they're less likely to lose your lock, all that stuff. So when you're doing your builds, velocity is pretty helpful. It's not just something for SRMs. Now, that being said, to me, the most important one would probably be heat generation. Cooldown, everybody loves cooldown, but heat generation allows you to keep firing. So there's some pretty solid quirks on this little guy right here. This guy turned out to be a lot of fun, and 2 LRM-20s can bring a lot of pain. But hey, man, that's enough of my mouth. Let's go ahead and see about taking. Let's go ahead and take Skyfall out and do a little gameplay. Show you how these builds work a little bit. And where'd you go, buddy? All right. Let's see what we can come up with. And poof, just like that, we are on a match on Rimplexus. I think this is going to be an assault.
Reactor online.
Alright.
Sensors online.
So,
weapons online.
Okay, bitch, daddy, come on.
All systems nominal.
How about now? Okay. Seriously, though, another aspect to LRM is having sufficient ammo. A while back, I said to myself, self, just how much ammo is good enough? And then myself answered, which in itself was a little disturbing. He had to hear the voice, it was creepy. But he self did have a good idea. And the rule of thumb that I use is you take your tubes, in this case, I'm in Skyfall, so we got 30 tubes, 2 LRM-15s. And you do a little rough math, you gotta get super big about it, it's just a game. But I think the bare bones minimum, if you're just an LRM guy, is enough for 35 salvos. which in my next case would have been a bare minimum of 6 tons of ammo, which would have brought it up to 1080. With the tubes, 35 would have been like 1060, so in there. So much more comfortable in getting more tonnage, more salvos. Having 1,710 missiles on this guy gives me plenty, which is
Target
good.
acquired.
Spotted. Like a lot of the LRM detractors do say, I have to admit. Yeah, it's not a precision weapon, so the more points you can get downrange, the better. More missiles, that way you can really actually cause harm. Now, let's see, this is kind of like the little final part where you get a little gameplay, and I impart some final bits of stuff I picked up over time. And this will tie into my next video, which will involve tactics using LRMs, like real tactics, not just sitting back like a freaking bot and pressing the freaking clicker. Yes, oh, one last little thing. I did this, especially, this is really if you run IS.
Target acquired.
Is that in use case, if you're running an sorry, got a little shaft, I can't do that. But if you're running a XL engine,
around Echo 6 side.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Are we in there? Yeah, that panther's yeah, sit back, watch the show, and I'll hopefully showcase some good stuff for you before we get on to the next video.
New target acquired. Base is being captured. Target destroyed.
Oh, now I'm starting to get attention here. Alright.
Target acquired. New target acquired. Base is being captured.
Get that line of sight on it, because that's how others works.
Base is being captured. Warning, incoming missile. Warning, incoming missile.
No, not today, honey, not today.
New target acquired.
Oh. Oh.
Target destroyed. Base is being captured. Target destroyed.
New stuff?
New target acquired.
Thanks.
Oh.
Target destroyed. New target acquired. Base is being captured. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Sure.
New target acquired. Base is being captured.
He's really wanting me. Unfortunately, work for me.
New target acquired. Base is being captured.
Let's see here.
Sorry.
Enemy base is being captured.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do
Base 25% captured. Base is being captured.
that. I don't know why that Raven's not. Let's see if the capture is
Target
a
acquired.
little out of my range.
Enemy base is being captured.
I'll be the team
Base
player.
is being captured. New target acquired.
Need assistance?
Oh, no. That way.
Target destroyed. Enemy base is being captured.
Normally I'm wasting rounds. Strange, but...
Target destroyed.
Neat. Anyway, as you see, I kind of got more involved in the fight than you think an LRM book would. And like I said, next video is going to be all about tactics. We're going to show you that, you know, how these builds work a little bit. Solid enough game, 633 with a couple kills. Anyway, that's it. I'm hoping these videos get a bit better as I get more comfortable doing them. Like I said, this is mostly for like your pug guy. You know, this isn't all about, you know, the comp stuff, because while I do comprehend it, I'm certainly not an expert at that. I don't do a lot of comp play, you know, playing faction warfare, all that. So anyway, this is my first revamp vid. Getting a little more comfortable with it, and feel free to comment down below if I missed something or any suggestions, or if you even liked it. You know, on the off chance that happened. All right, guys. Well, see you next time, and have fun out there.